Retail beef prices hit a new high in March, averaging $5.72 per pound. The cost was 15 cents per pound higher than February and nearly 9% more expensive than March 2013. UNL Extension economists Kate Brooks and Matt Stockton recently released a Cornhusker Economics article analyzing the relationship between beef prices and beef demand. We talked with Kate Thursday about how an extremely tight supply of cattle has fueled the cost for the consumer.
They're record levels. We hit record levels last year, and we've continued to see those record levels here in 2014 for the retail beef prices.
What about demand? And you're looking at demand in two different categories, foreign and domestic. First, for foreign, what is foreign beef demand? You
know, we've seen strength in the foreign beef side. In 2013, we were hitting higher levels. We're back to pre-BSE levels. We saw strength in the beginning of 2013 when Japan further opened up their borders, and continued to see that strength through 13. We've continued to see strength here at the beginning of 2014 for foreign beef demand.
What about domestic demand?
Domestic demand has also continued to be strong throughout 2013, as well as we entered here into 2014. Still continuing to see strength within domestic beef demand. And
we'll talk about why that could be a surprise to some, but first let's look at the supply of the meat and the size of the cow herd.
Right, so we've seen record retail prices. A lot of that is being driven currently by the decline in supply. We've hit a 63-year low inventory numbers for beef cow inventory. That relates to a reduction in supply in the retail case.
Okay, so you're looking at the sort of how this all comes together, and you're looking at shifts in demand, or changes in demand, right? Changes in demand. What does change in demand mean?
So changes in demand is where we actually change our demand preferences or don't want to buy that beef anymore. Just because supply has gone down, prices have gone up, but that doesn't necessarily mean you don't demand beef products anymore. You may still demand them, you just may not be able to afford them.
Which would be good news for the beef industry, correct?
Correct.
And counter to what some people might be thinking about, low supply, higher prices, people don't want it anymore.
Right, so just because supply has declined, we've shifted supply down, prices have gone up. So that's one of the big factors as to why prices have gone up. But it doesn't necessarily mean they've declined demand. Their quantity demanded may have changed just because they may not be able to afford it anymore, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not demanding the product.
What would cause a change in demand?
So things like changes in preferences, so diets. You may not buy beef anymore because your diet changed. Competing meats, so if we see an increase in the production of chicken and pork, that might change your mind to start switching to those competing meats, as well as income levels, the economy growing. Those kind of things can change our demand preferences.
The setup for 2014 is kind of the same as it has been. Questions about the economy. It is dry across the country. What do you look at here to maybe characterize what could happen as we go throughout the year?
So it's real easy to talk about supply and demand and one thing happening, so this is what happens. But in 2014, a lot of things are going to be changing. We're still in a drought in some areas. We're still looking at maybe expanding the cow herd. If we do expand the cow herd, that further reduces supply. But on the demand side, we're looking at, will the economy continue to improve? Will we start to continue to see declines in unemployment, which again would allow more people to be able to afford beef? How are exchange rates going? That would be for not domestic, excuse me, foreign demand. Yeah. If the exchange rates are still favorable, that can help lend to foreign demand continuing to be strong.
The full Cornhusker Economics article on retail beef prices and demand is available online and can be found through the Market Journal website.